Hey, welcome back. Now joining us this morning is Tammy Pitson, the Executive Director for the Children's Advocacy Center of Jackson County. Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning.
So for those who are unfamiliar about what the Children's Advocacy Center of Jackson County does, how do you explain it to them?
So we provide a multidisciplinary, holistic, evidence-based, trauma-informed approach to intervening in child abuse cases. And really what that means is we have staff and a team of professionals that provide forensic interviews, forensic medical evaluation, diagnosis and treatment, mental health interventions, advocacy and support services to youth who are referred to us as a result of experiencing abuse. These are all local children, so all children who reside in Jackson County.
Yeah, and speaking of that, it's almost like, you know, to hear that it happens around here, I feel like people aren't familiar with that, you know what I mean? And so tomorrow is the start of Child Abuse Awareness Month. So what can we all do to make ourselves more aware and educate ourselves?
Yeah, so there are lots of ways that you can do that. One is, look for shows like this that are doing specials on child abuse, because there'll be plenty of them over the span of the month of April. I think there'll be, the Children's Advocacy Center will have pop-up events. There will be, we provide trainings, and so you can contact our agency and we can provide trainings on identifying and responding to child abuse.
Absolutely. And also, how are you guys advocating for the children at the Children's Advocacy Center?
So we do a lot of different things, but mostly we provide services and work with families while they're in the process of investigating child abuse through the case, through the court system if it goes to court. We also are members of a state and a national organization that is doing more legal advocacy, if you will, around laws and funding and different things like that, so that these services are available to children.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking earlier about how you guys do a lot of proactive things. You guys also have your prevention training, your child abuse prevention training.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about what that entails and how someone could enroll in it.
Sure. So the prevention training that we provide through our Protect Our Children program, right now we're providing Stewards of Children, which is a training that helps adults identify and respond to child sex assault. And so it's really easy to sign up. There's a way to sign up on our website. You can call if you don't want to take a community class, or you have an organization that you would like that to go through that training as a staff or as a group, or if you're youth serving and you have a parent portion to that. All you have to do is call us and we'll provide it. It's free. It's funded partially through grants, and so we don't charge the community to be able to take those classes. It's about a 2-hour investment. The organization that developed the curriculum says that for every one adult that takes Stewards of Children, 10 children, their risk to sexual abuse is reduced. So if you have 10 children in your life, there's an opportunity to reduce the risk that they can become sexually abused.
And that is such a stark statistic, just to know like how just taking this program can help people understand how they can be part of the solution. So in terms of like this larger idea, people can almost feel a little bit helpless, you know, like how can I contribute? How can I be part of the solution? So what would you recommend to them?
I think, you know, child abuse is something that happens in silence. Kids don't generally report. So pay attention, educate yourself, pay attention. Watch how you talk about others who make reports of abuse in front of the youth in your life, in your family, in your neighborhood. These are all kids in our community that they know your kids. They go to your church. You see them in the grocery store. Since the inception of the Children's Advocacy Center, we've served more than 17,000 children in our community. And they're non-offending caregivers. And so when you think about that, statistically speaking, you have a child in your life, or a youth in your life, or an adult who was a child who has experienced abuse.
Yeah.
It's there. We see visually in our community. We don't hear it necessarily. Kids are pretty quiet. They don't make reports on their own behalf. And that's why it's important for us to educate ourselves, because we need to make the reports on their behalf.
Yeah, and just knowing the prevalence of it in our area is the start forward.
Yes, absolutely. And again, visually, you see the social impacts of abuse in our community. We have high rates of homelessness, we have domestic violence, we have substance abuse, we have mental health. A lot of what happens to children or youth as children experiencing trauma that doesn't get resolved, there's a very high correlation between that event in their childhood and what happens to them in adulthood.
Yeah, Tammy, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention today. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us before we say goodbye to you this morning?
What I would say is, if you're interested in being part of the solution, come take a tour of the Children's Advocacy Center. You can contact us, learn more about other youth serving organizations in our community, volunteer, donate your time or your treasure, and support the cause.
Yeah, just training and understanding how it's prevalent in our area is so huge.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this
Thanks.
morning. April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and since 1987, the Children's Advocacy Center of Jackson County has been combating the effects of that abuse. They investigate reported child abuse, along with providing trauma-reducing resources to those affected by it. For more information about Child Abuse Awareness Month or the Children's Advocacy Center of Jackson County, visit cacjc.org. Tammy, thank you so much again for being with us this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll be right back.